Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of E is for Evil. The coloring. Dun dun dun. For the colors, I decided to do like a soft, muted ocean colors. Because she's a siren and she works a lot like at night and doesn't really work during the day, so I wanted dark colors to sort of like camouflage her. And so I picked this like pastel muted blue because I liked it. Like, I thought green would have looked kind of strange on her. And let's see what else. The coloring part is fun and relaxing. Oh, that was Merlin. I know a lot of artists do like the paint fill, but I like coloring it in by hand. I feel like it's relaxing. I feel like there's going to be a point where I do paint bucket tool, but since I work on different layers, then it makes it a lot harder to select it because the paint bucket tool, you have to have uh, a closed unit in order for it to work. I decided to make her hair blue, like a dark ocean. Big surprise. um, hmm. If you watched my last video, you know that I was going to talk about my Kickstarter, and I could talk about that a bit. At the end of the month, I'm going to work my darndest to get all of these mermaids into a children's book. I know that I'm going to order one for me, but I want one for everybody, for any mommy who has mer babies. And there'll be different layers and tiers. I'm going to make prints and a poster, an exclusive poster for just this print, or just for this Kickstarter. That'll only be available on that. And this is just something that I'm really passionate about, and I've been planning it for a while. I know I didn't have a sketch for Evil, but that's because Evil was like hard. At the end of the month, I'm also going to be doing a mermaid party setup with these characters, so they'll be available for party invitations and party supplies. So if you wanted to have like a dark siren birthday party, I don't even know if that's a thing. Like, I want to make it a thing. Like, I want to be the answer to your call when you're like, man, I'm a super siren enthusiast. Where can I get my party supplies for that? Just saying, look up Nerd Nursery. It's not just for babies. It's not. It's just where fandoms are born. Ah. Anyway, uh, so back to the colors. Sticking to the cool palette, I decided on like a super light mint teal for her tail and a darker muted teal for her fin. Instead of like pure white, I did more of like an ivory for the skulls. Just because I thought it looked a lot better, and white would have been so stark and clean that it just wouldn't have really worked since the skulls have been like underwater for a while. But I also didn't want them to be like, like dirty. Let's see what else. The party this weekend, or not this weekend, at the end of the month is going to be kind of small, but I've been working on this all week or all month, so I haven't really had time. So it's only going to be like maybe 4 mermaids from this selection. I'm still trying to think of which ones I really want. Like, maybe I'll do the darker mermaids, like the deep sea mermaid or the siren. I think they would work really well together because they'd have similar color schemes. And now I'm changing up the outlines. The beauty of having everything on a different layer is that you can easily do a color overlay on it. It's weird that my layers tab isn't popping up. think I need to bring that back in so you guys see what I'm doing over in the layers. I hid it so I could see a lot better, but I don't know. Kind of want it to be seen because you can't see all the stuff that I'm clicking on over here. I did decide to make her netting white because I didn't want that to stand out. Now I'm going in with like, I went in with a green to start off with. I don't remember if I actually stick with it or go with a blue. Oops, where'd I go? So right now I'm shading with a green. We'll see if I actually stick with it. Made her lips green and did all the shading in her ears. Nope, I did switch to a navy because I liked it better. Green was just too, I don't know, witchy, I guess. But she's not a sea witch, she's a siren. And what else can I talk about? I don't know if you watched my anglerfish video, but I talk about how I used to work at Seas with the Nemo and Friends. And it's so funny because on Facebook I got a notification that was like, 5 years ago, you had your last day at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. And I was like, what? Really? That's so funny. What a coincidence. And you could see me holding the wheel because the wheel had fallen off in the ride and the escape wheel. Ironic. Um, but yeah, that was fun. I need to come up with more story times. Like, I don't have a whole bunch. I could talk about yesterday where Gwen and I went to the farmer's market to pet the dogs because my 1-year-old daughter really likes dogs, but she doesn't like pet them sometimes. Like, she'll put her hand out, like, here, smell me. And then the dog will smell her, and then she'll be done. And she'll just be like, okay, that was fun. Thanks, Mom. And then we'll move on to another dog. And so we only went to pet the dogs. And then later on, we bought some bath bombs because I'm addicted to bath bombs. And I have never tried a Lush bath bomb. If you've tried a Lush bath bomb, let me know in the comments if it's like worth the $8 per bath bomb because I don't have that kind of cash to do that. By the way, I do have a patron because I am literal trash and I'm working on becoming a stay-at-home mom so that I can stay with my daughter and, spend time with her. I only created her with my body. Why have somebody else raise her? But so I'm working on being able to afford to stay at home and have full-time income as a artist. And it's so funny because I actually stopped doing conventions this year because it would be too hard to control Biddy and to also work because now she's mobile and she's not gonna sit still like she did in a suitcase at November's convention because I put her in a suitcase. I didn't close it, but I have this giant suitcase that I would travel with, and I opened it and put all of her toys in there and put a bunch of comfy blankets, and she wasn't mobile yet, but she could sit. So she just sat in the suitcase while I worked, and then when she got fussy, I would take her out and hold her. But that won't fly at any conventions, so for the time being, until I can actually, get help, is no conventions. And I've actually gotten a lot more commissions this way. Q Panda Co., which is my company that I would work with for conventions. They also have an Instagram and a Facebook. You should follow them. Follow me. Follow me. Um, but yeah, so I've gotten a lot more commissions and which has been really fun. Oh no, the scales. The scales are back. I'm actually doing a lot more work. I'm keeping myself busy. I know soon I'm going to get some more comic art to color from Acorn Ink, which is Jesse. He's a fantastic artist. I think I'll link his comic book that we work on together in the comments. He also has a Patreon, but his is probably better because he pays attention to his. Um, yeah. The scales. I think I'm getting a lot better at scales after 26 days of drawing nothing but mermaids. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna get like super good at scales. Like you won't even believe. Oh yeah, but back to the farmer's market. We went there and I bought some bath bombs, and the seller lady gave Gwen a little shopping bag, and Gwen was like, "Oh, this is the best! Oh my gosh!" and proceeded to pick up every leaf that we walked by, every single leaf. And I didn't have any place to be, so I just let her do it. There was a time when she was just sitting in the gutter of a street. All the streets were blocked off for the farmer's market. She sat in the middle of the farmer's market and in a gutter, piling leaves into her bag. And then at some point, she stopped and took leaves out of her bag. And this went on for like 10 minutes. And I just sat down and let it happen because I want my child to be expressive and creative, and just, we didn't have any place to be. So, well, why not let her play? Back to the scales. I got bored doing the scales the other way, so I gave it a try to do this to sort of make it, I don't know, a little more uniform. I don't know if I had more control or not, but I did like that it was different. I like to put a lot of variety in my coloring because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get boring. Well, I get bored anyway. And I don't remember when I stopped this, but but it seemed to work. Scales. Um, but yeah. So that's a little story time about my daughter collecting leaves, and she's the cutest thing ever. Like, I don't know. I wonder if all my children will be as beautiful as my current daughter is, because the world will be in trouble. They'll be in trouble if all my children are beautiful. But beautiful might run in my husband's family. I mean, his uncle and aunt have like five or six boys, and they're all like beautiful, and it's just like, it's so frustrating because I don't know. I feel like they're all going to grow up to be, jocks or models or something, and I just want a child that's going to be, good. And normally when they're beautiful, they become entitled and all that stuff, and be like, "Oh, I get all this free stuff because I'm beautiful." And it's just like, no. But I guess it's all about how you raise them. Like, yeah. I'm going in with, back to the art. I'm going in with a burn tool to create some dimension and stuff for her hair and her tail, to create sort of like that dark, ominous look, adding some texture to the skulls. I think at this point, I decide that I need to add some... Nope, I'm adding more shadows to the skulls. Nah, I didn't like that. No, now I'm adding highlights. I definitely like to do shadows first and then highlights, because I feel like knowing where your shadows lie will help you find your highlights. There we go. I was like, oh no, was I gone for a really long time? That would suck. Um, let's see what else. This is completely unscripted, so I'm sorry if I said anything offensive. I mean, if you're beautiful, then awesome. I'm so happy for you. Um, I actually didn't grow up that way. I was always a little bit, actually, I was always like a little bit chunky. And I think it helped me. Of course, I was an artist kid, so that was my thing. I wasn't the fat girl. I was the artist. And so I'm gonna get like personal, and I don't want art to get I don't want these to get personal. But who knows? Maybe people want that. A lot of the YouTubes that I'm watching right now are people who have like all this stuff going on, and it's like, I don't have that. I don't have that. Why? I'm not gonna be like, why don't I have a mental illness? I'm happy that I don't. But also, I don't know what content I would make. So that's why we're doing party planning and art videos. Yeah. I don't know if you've gone over to Minor Nursery or not. It's actually a website. And I'm doing like nerd birthday parties and nerd nurseries. So far I've done Legend of Zelda and Doctor Who, because I only started in March. Oh, I also did Alice in Wonderland for Biddy's birthday. For Biddy's birthday, I did an Alice in Wonderland theme, but I didn't want a Disney Alice in Wonderland theme because my husband and I both worked for Disney, so we're sort of Disneyed out, if you can be. I mean, if you worked for Disney, you would know, unless you really liked it. But, mm, um, so we just did classic Alice, and that was a lot of fun. I'm trying to do like original characters. Like, I know a lot of party planners are like, do the popular ones, like do a Star Wars party and do Disney parties sell. And it's just like, I don't want to do Disney. I don't want, like, there's already, it's saturated. The entire market is saturated with Disney, and I know it's popular, and I might do like fairy tales, but I don't want to do Disney unless I'm commissioned. Commission me to do some Disney stuff if you want. Like, I'll for sure make you a Beauty and the Beast party if you want me to, in my style, but I'm not gonna I might do a Beauty and the Beast, but it's not going to be Disney Beauty and the Beast because that's copyright and I don't want Disney after me. Another reason why I'm not doing it. But I wanted to start off with lesser known fandoms. Not lesser known, but there's only like 5 Doctor Who party people, and I wanted to be the 6th one. That's it. There's only like 3 Legend of Zelda parties, so, and none of them could be for like a baby shower, so I wanted to fill that niche, even though the niche might not be very big. But that's because my niche isn't there yet. Like, I'm one of the new people. Like, I just had a baby and I'm turning 29 in November, so I'm a brand new. I've only been in the niche for like a year, maybe 2, because I was planning her nursery. By the way, back to the painting. I messed with her face a lot because I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to do eyeshadow and lipstick and if I wanted them to match. Um, the fishing net looked too like plain to me, so I actually went in and added some, knots, which are O's, and knots to each of the little brackets. And from a distance, it looks like they're knots, so actually filled in some of the places where it was wonky, and yeah, it's looking really good. I really like this one. Um, but yeah. Um, Q Panda Co. is actually working on another piece, commission um, for a board game called Headhunters. Actually, she is a headhunter. And I just did a new character for them called Sam. And I'm going to be doing his next character in just a bit after I get a little bit ahead of the Mermay game. I'm actually just finished G is for Goldfish, and that one was a lot of fun. I gave her a little beauty mark and decided to go in with a dark brush to create some darker highlights, especially in the skull because they are supposed to be like dark. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good past me. Good job. And see, the part of this being unscripted is that I don't even remember what I was just talking about. Let me know in the comments of stuff that you would want me to talk about. Like, I could do tips and stuff like that if that would help you. Um, do some how-to videos, maybe. I don't know. I was looking up YouTube algorithms on Friday, and a lot of it's like, do this and do clickbait and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do clickbait. I'm just trying to get more than 7 subscribers. It's better than my 2 that I had like 2 videos ago. If you know how to get subscribers to your YouTube, please let me know in the comments because I want more subscribers so I can reach more people. And yeah. Also on Facebook, I'm trying to figure out how to get more Facebook followers because I don't know how to do that. My Cute Pandaco one is just growing. It's just growing all by itself. But my nerd nursery is stuck at 78 and I don't like it. Maybe it's because my niche isn't there yet. My niche isn't alive. All of my nerd people aren't having children yet and aren't in need of a baby shower or really cute nursery fandom prints. My Etsy has gotten a lot of traffic though because I did the milestone stickers, and I really need to do the milestone stickers for Doctor Who. I could be working on that right now. That'd be a good idea. But then I'd just like go off on a tangent on that instead of talking about the endless skulls that I'm working on. I know that the outlines blend in with the current background, but once it's on white, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, and luckily for me, my baby's still sleeping. I mean, it's only 7:47 in the morning. And doing the audio for this. Is anybody else up at 7:47 in the morning? Because on most days, I wake up around 5:40 to go to work. That's fun. Let me know in the comments if you wake up at 5:40. It'd be nice to have, others. I always like to do the other elements before I start sketching so that everything fits really nicely. And so I did the E and the background. I choose the color after because I never know what color is going to be really good. All I have for all of these is just sketches. So all of that. And here she is. She's pretty much done. I don't remember if I do anything else. One big yawn for you. But there she is, looking good. But anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe. Give me a little thumbs up. I don't know if I've gotten any of those just yet. Or just even watch the whole video and listen to me ramble and comment when, I asked to comment because I don't remember. I don't remember what I asked for it. But thank you so much for all your support and watching the video. If you want, please share it. I'm all for sharing. I post this stuff publicly for you to share. Whoop, there it went. Thank you so much for watching it, and remember to save your work. Please.